Perfect. I'm pretty sure I'm live. So I'm just going to double check. Yep. So we're gonna give it a few minutes until make sure that I'm surely live. So if you're here, let me know that I'm doing fine, that I'm live. I just want to double check. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just checking, making sure that everything is working before we get started. So just bear with me for 1 second. I'm trying to see. I'm not gonna see. Subscriptions. Perfect. So I'm live. Let me load the volume. Perfect. Let me kill the volume on this so it doesn't make noise. Perfect. So, hello everyone. Okay, so here we go. I'm live. I just double check I'm live on the phone. So, hello everyone. Heather's here at Pink Fresh Studios. So, just in case you have any questions or I miss anything, she'll be able to help us. So, let's just welcome everyone. My name is Nathalie D'Souza. I am going to be your host for the next hour and a half, and I have an idea for you guys. But of course, we're going to give you some minutes to catch up to make sure, you get your drink, or your snack, or your lunch, or whatever time you're in the side of your world, and let us know where you're watching from. I am coming to you from Toronto, Canada. We're in spring, but it's cold today. It's sunny but cold. So it's one of those funny days. So as always, let us know where you're coming, like where you're watching from, whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay. We'd like to know where you're watching, where you're located. Well, that's the right way to say it, where you're located. Some of you guys are watching me while you're eating lunch. So welcome and thank you so much for joining me today. We're gonna do a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. Um, just in case, like I said, in case you don't know who I am, I'm Nathalie D'Souza. I'm part of the video design team. And we're gonna do something fun. Come every, I think, once a month to show you something fun with scrapbooking side of things. Now, a few things, like I said, we're gonna do a little bit of housekeeping. First thing, today is the last day for the sale, and I think it was everything to celebrate. I always forget to check those things. But today is the last day for the sale. There'll be a new sale tomorrow. One thing. Second thing, I believe there is also starting Monday, there is a new release coming out. So, be sure to keep your eyes from that. And then the other thing that I have to tell you is that, and just keep my mind. You see, like it just like, okay, you have a few more days to enter the April challenge because there's a chance that you can win a gift certificate at the end of it. It's just my brain is just like blur because I saw my dog coming in and my daughter running behind him. I'll tell you more, but my dog is like getting to his senior year. Well, he's a senior, so we have to be behind him because he has accidents now. So I think he just had one because I see my daughter running. So thankfully she's home, so she's taking care of what we call our baby while I'm doing this. And then the last thing I'm going to tell you before I flip the camera is that every time you comment through the live session or you share this feed, at the end of the live session in an hour and a half, Heather will pick up a winner for a gift certificate to the shop. And what is coming up on Monday, it's beautiful. I'm part of it, so I can tell you that it's beautiful, beautiful product. So I'll flip the camera. And like I said, I'm not going to get started, but we're going to talk about what I have done. Tons to catch. So, and I'm going to use one of the newest collections. It's Picture Perfect. And also, but one of the new washi tape suites. I am not using the washi tape. I am using the stamp, the stencil, and the die for today. So let me flip the camera. Remember, it takes one button for me. There we go. I'm going to drink some water and we're going to get just talking about this. So I think, okay, I see comments and everything. So everything is working on my side of things. So like I said, today we're going to be working with Picture Perfect, and the collection is by Cassidy Demko. There's light hidden, but it's okay. It's just because you see the reflection of the plastic. But I love the pattern paper. Now, one thing that I love about this collection is like it has really like nice color papers, and I have the Spanish version right behind it. I brought it just in case. I love the colors, but they're vibrant, but there's a little bit of a pastel, like going on too. So they fit like any season, and you're gonna see that they are well-loved papers. We're taking pieces. I think a few have already disappeared from here. I've used the Spanish version of it too. So I'm just looking at it going on. Let me see what I have, because. So I love this. But one of the things, like I said, going back to this, is there's like this paper here, which I love, has floral, and this one has, but there's not like, one that has a lot of florals in it. So we're going to bring the washi tape, not the washi tape. This is called the Artsy Floral, and it's a washi tape suite, but you can use this is the washi tape. You create this. I have them at the back. But you create your own look, by stamping it and also like, personalizing it in a way. So you have the stencil, you have all the stencils that you can, use to color your flowers. And then you have the die that comes all in one, and then you can cut up. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I've done a little bit ahead, so I had to prep ahead for this. And then what we also going to use, I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup as I go along because a little bit of chaos on my table right now. What we're going to use today is the wrap around element die set. And I have done something like, before for a live session that is similar to what we're going to do today, but in a smaller scale. I'm going to do it bigger and in a different angle. So just bear with me. If you've been here before and you're like, but you did that, it's not the same. Similar, but not the same. Okay. I just had this idea because my wedding anniversary is on Monday. So it's going to be 24 years of my husband, having to put up with me, love of my life, you know, been on my existence. I love the man, but sometimes. So I thought, and then there's Mother's Day, and I won't see you until past Mother's Day. So I thought maybe I can give you an idea, that can help you with that. So I thought, we're gonna create a heart. So we're gonna use this one here. I've done quite a bit of the cutting ahead because we are going to use quite a bit of this. We are going to use the 12 by 12, but we're going to focus on cutting the paper for this out of the 6 by 6 paper pad. Okay, so I used a lot of this too. So now that I see quite a few more here, we're going to get started. Okay, so yeah, my anniversary is on Monday. It's going to be 24 years since we got married. My husband and I used to work, we used to work at a company. He worked at, he was a manager, never my manager. He was a manager at a location like 4 or 5 subway stops away from me. Let me just get my trimmer. I forgot that. Okay, now I have everything that I need. And we used to talk on the phone all the time. And this is like, I started working there, I think it was June or July. In August, we started on the phone all the time. I was like assistant manager. And then, I had to go to something. I think it was a presentation for the team that I was managing at the time. And he came along. This was July. We started going on in September. By December, we knew we were gonna get married. We got married in April, just because we couldn't find a spot available before that. So it was like a really like like it happened like so fast. But like I said, we've been together 25 years, and I need a medal. That's all I'm gonna say. So I have this here, and let's my idea. So we're gonna start by creating a heart. And you're gonna see that I've already penciled this. I see quite a few of you guys here. So if I don't answer, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just that, it is a little bit hard for me to read your comments, even though I'm looking at them. They're a little bit small, and I'm just realizing that I need stronger glasses. Like, I'm being serious. So if I like, if I don't say hi to you or something like that, it's not because I'm ignoring you. I'm just, they're flashing on the screen, and I'm like here, and the screen is like at the other edge of the table. So just, mindful of that. So what I've done ahead of time, and I actually just pencil, I haven't cut it or anything. So this is just my copy paper, and I use, I don't know what kind of printer you have. I have an HP printer, and I have like, I buy like the really premium paper for it because I use a lot of hybrid for my documenting on a regular basis. So it's a little bit thicker than the regular copy paper. So I have two of those sheets here, just in case you wondered. So all I did is I folded along the long side. So this is what, 5.5? And I just drew it like I with my pencil, and you're gonna see there's quite a few lines that I've erased because I wanted a heart. So I'm just drew it here with a pencil, like I said, and we're gonna trim it out. Okay, so here we go. And one of the things is that I'm very like, I don't know what the word is, but I'm very like picky when it comes to hearts and like drawing them. If I don't, hopefully you don't see it, but there's like 20,000 lines drawn around this heart because I was like, it's too skinny, it's too fat, it's not curvy enough, it's too curvy, it's too angled. So I'm like, I had to draw a few times and then once, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that while the live session because you guys would be like, okay, just make up your decision. So I did it ahead of time. Like I said, I folded, just drew half of the heart. And once I cut it, then I'll know what it looks like fully open. So here we go. Okay, save that. And once I open it, then I know. I like it. Okay, so you see already. It fits like, I'm gonna say it's around, what, 11 inches? 10 and a half? I'll measure it for you guys. Where did I put my ruler? Here. Yeah, so around 9.5, 9 inches or so. So it's gonna fit nicely inside a 12, like, a 12 by 12 layout. There's going to be quite a bit of space to breathe. That's what you want. So like I said, this is like an idea that I did before, and I forgot to, I don't know where the layout is. I got to be honest with you guys. I did it, I think, last year, and I did the fringe. I created my own fringe hearts, doing the fringe down this way. The way I want to add them this time is I want to add, and they were little hearts, so I created a grid with them. But this time what I want to do is I want to create a half of it full of fringe. Okay, so you're gonna see that I have quite a bit. I'm gonna show you how to use that too. I have my die cutting machine next to me. I have to just pull it up. So I'm just trying to clean along so I don't, create a mess. So if you hear things dropping or moving, it's because I'm doing it as I go. So you're gonna see. And then I'm gonna show you, like I have a lot of pictures here. Okay, so see, this is my husband and I the day we got married, and I thought, if I do the fringes on the side, then I can put it here. I want to make sure that my picture doesn't overtake the heart, but it becomes kind of half of the other heart. Okay, so that's one. I have this one here, and it's like, but I blew it. So this is my sister and I on her wedding day. So I brought pictures that are like, and this is probably one of my most favorite pictures. Those are my kids, when my daughter was like tiny. That's, my son loved her. And you're gonna see the difference. That's how they look like now. So I thought maybe two, but everything is focused to going on one half of my heart. Okay. And then I thought this one might be the one that I go because it's my mom, my niece, my nephew, and my kids a long time ago on a Mother's Day, actually. So I don't know if I'm gonna go Mother's Day or if I'm gonna go with my wedding shot. So we're gonna see. But I have them here. Yes, so I have all my pictures here. And we're going to start building on this. So first thing I'm going to do is, remember, like I said, keep this part here, okay? Because I am thinking I want to use pattern paper to fill, like I said, half of this, but I don't know if I want, obviously I'm not going to use this other half. I don't know if I'm going to replace it with pattern paper and just like flat pattern paper or white cardstock. I have white cardstock on the side to create my layout, the background, but for now, just keep this so you can like have a template. Okay, so we're gonna set that aside. And let's just move. We're gonna build things like the way I usually work in case you haven't been here before. Where have you been? I like to build everything. Once I have everything set up, then we'll start going into putting it together. So sometimes the setup takes a long time, and once you put it together, it goes really fast. So I am gonna tell you that I have the idea in my brain. I have, I spent a long time kind of setting it up. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I'm hoping it looks like what I have, the idea that I have in my brain. Okay, so we have this ready. You're gonna see I have quite a bit of stuff here, which I'm gonna show you how I cut it. So let me just put my stuff a little bit, make space on my table to show you. I have my big die cutting machine. I'm gonna put it outside. So if the table starts shaking, it's because I am, die cutting stuff. So like I said, I use my 6x6 paper pad for this. And the reason I went with the 6x6 paper pad is, first of all, I'm not gonna need more than 6 inches, one, and the pattern on the 6x6 paper pad is smaller. So, for example, in this, it looks like solid. It looks a lot more, it looks less busy than if I had it like on a larger scale. Okay, so I cut pretty much 2 strips out of everything. So let me just set it up outside here so you see it. And this one is crooked because it was just the end of the little piece of paper that I had. I have a representation pretty much of all the colors. I know I need a little bit of blue, so that's what I said, to cut at the end. I even cut yellow because I think this needs it, and I cut it upside down. Don't even ask. After I cut it, I was like, oh, I realized it. But so you're gonna see I have quite a bit of strips here. So I'm gonna go with something blue. I think I need blue for this. Not a lot, just a little bit. So I just need to decide whether I want to go with this one here, which I might go because I have a lot, or if I want to use this one here. And you're gonna see that I have a lot of pastels. I like this better. So we're gonna cut it from here. I don't like the fact that I'm gonna cut the back of this because I like the cards, but so, I can go at it. You see, what am I missing? Oh my goodness. What am I missing? My platform. So I have my platform here. Don't look at it because it's like really chewed up and it gets a lot of use. Okay. And I am going to use the one that creates a fringe. And I'm gonna tell you, I use this die a lot, like a lot. So I'm just gonna set it there to one side, and we're gonna cut it. And so we're gonna go at it. So how you how you guys been? I haven't seen you in a month, I think. And it's getting like to the bittersweet end of the term. And it's not because, well, the term is about to end, but it's because, I won't see you after for a while. We know that we're gonna take a little pause of the scrapbook inside of things. So let me see, buddy. So you're gonna see, I'm gonna take it. It's gonna be careful when you pull it out because it is cut into little strippies. And you can do the same with like fringing scissors, is that what you call them? You can do the same, but this just makes it all at once. And it's gonna be a little bit curled. We're gonna deal with that after, okay? So let's see, we're gonna cut another one. I need 2. If I need more, then we'll cut them as we go along, okay? So let's see here. And if you guys were in the create and connect did I say it properly? Event, then you have the stamp and the stencils and the die, and you have the washi tape too. But if not, this is part of the April release, sorry, the March release. So go ahead and check it. It is available in the shop. So everything that I'm using today is available in the shop. I made sure of that when I was putting everything down. Here we go. Like I said, I just need to get rid of that piece. Let me just see where I'm gonna put this away for now because I'm gonna need it again. I want it out of the way for now. Sorry guys about the noise. Yes, so paper pad, it's over here. Let's just get rid of this. Like I said, just be careful when you do this part because I've ripped a few in the past. That's how I know. Okay, so just be careful. And it is going to be a little bit curved just because it is really sharp. So I'm going to show you what I do. Here we go. So just kind of like, with your finger, just kind of stretch, just let me just pull it out a bit. It's not going to be straight, but once you glue it, you're just going to play along with it. So So here we go. You're gonna see the other ones are curved too, but they were cut out last night and I just left them. I should have just left them underneath a book or something to get them flat, but it was almost 11 o'clock. So I was like, oh, I'm going to bed. So there you go. Okay, so you have your pieces. Like previously, when you see like a fringe heart, like when they created, usually goes like this, yeah. And they usually like, because I've done it this way. We like to do it like along the bottom of this heart. It would go like that. But I want to do something a little bit different. I want to go with half. Okay, so I want to do it like here. So I want this half to be like, all fringy. This have to be kind of like empty. We're gonna put the picture, so I just have to decide which side I want to put my picture. I haven't decided that yet. So that's how I create the fringe. So I'm gonna set this aside for a little bit. You're gonna see me like move it. Like I said, we're gonna, get everything ready and then we're gonna start assembling. So I'm gonna move back my papers. I think I have enough for what I have in mind. Then the next thing we're going to do, and we're gonna prep, we're going to use this. This is the RC Floral stamp. We're gonna use the stamp, the die, and the stencil. Okay, so what I have done ahead of time is I've used my detail black ink to stamp my stamp. That's really redundant, but to create the image with the stamp onto white cardstock. Now, I did this ahead of time because if you're using hammer mill, and I'm using hammer mill, it's really smooth. I like to leave the ink to dry on its own. Otherwise, like one of the beauties of this is beautiful for like inking and stuff like that. But if I don't dry, like if the ink is not dry, it will start running. So, from doing it before, I'm just going to, done it that way. So I stamped them last night and left them. So I'm going to skip that step, but I'm doing. Now, what I used to stamp, I have actually Altenews stamp wheel. So I have the big plates. So I just put it in there and then just put it and press it. So, you can use your Misty, you can use like, a big impact, or you can do, if like you don't have any of the above, just ink your stuff, put your cardstock on top, and then just go at it. Okay, so there are ways to do it if you don't have like a block that is that big, and some of you might, some of you might not, but there is a way of doing it. So, like I said, done this ahead of time. And I want my flowers, I don't want them like a really like heavy color. I want them like to be super light. So I'm gonna show you what I've done of it. So I want them like in tones of peach and pink. So let me get my inks. I have my brushes here. And I have my little inks here too. The only thing that I forgot to bring is an inking pad, so things won't move. But let me see if my daughter's here. Maybe she can bring it for me. She won't. So give me 1 second. I'm just gonna get like a. Okay, so here we go. So this is just like a sticky mat. This will help me, like, from getting things moving as I stencil. So there's quite a few in the market. I just happen to have this one handy. So it just takes a little bit because it's very sticky. I'm trying to see what this. That's a good idea. Yeah, you can use the Misty, like, the back of the Misty. I'm reading just the comments. You can use the back of the Misty. You can use like, a big block if you don't, but if you don't have it, just, ink that part, lay it flat on like something sticky, and then just put your cardstock on top and lightly go with it. You hope and pray it doesn't move. Okay, so ready? My first stencil. It's gonna go in place. Gonna set it. And I'm gonna show you what colors I use, so don't worry. Okay, press there, press there. So I went and got the big ballet slippers for my pink, because if you see the flowers, this is pretty much what like helped me to create my flowers. So I went with like ballet slippers for some of the pink. I used cherry blossom, peony, sunkissed, coral reef. No, sorry, no peach vase, not no sunkissed. Let me go into the other side. I use bay leaf for the center of the florals. Then I use meadow and evergreen for my leaves. So I'm going to show you how I did it. Let me just close this, set it up. So let's get started. I have my brushes here. You see somebody? Okay, perfect. Yeah, like there's a way to do it with your Misty. So somebody's giving you the instructions there. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna use, like I said, ballet slippers here. So this is like my palette. I'm gonna move it down so you see it. I'm gonna move it here. Okay, that is the palette that I'm using for my florals. I'm combining them and stuff like that, but that's my color palette because I thought it was like nice with the papers and it's not gonna take away from my heart. I didn't want to go black and white because my picture is black and white. So I wanted something really pale that, and that's one of the reasons why I stamped my florals with black. So I'm gonna move this to the side a little bit. This man, I love it. It's really sticky and it's really big, so it's great. Okay, so let's get started. Instead, I have a little slipper right there. And I have my 1/4 inch brush right here. Everything that I'm using, I listed on the description of the video so you can find it, okay? So I'm just gonna go in a circular motion, starting at the center, and I'm gonna go super lightly, not that much pressure, okay? I just want like a little bit of color. Like I said, I was thinking about leaving them black and white. And then as I was like, prepping last night, I'm like, no, because I want my picture in black and white. So I need something soft. So I decided to add ink. So here we go. We're just gonna add the color. You're gonna see, like I said, light pressure, not a lot of color. I'm just gonna go with ballet slipper. I'm gonna color all my flowers. Not my flowers, stencil number 1, which it creates the bases of most of the flowers, not all of them. So careful. Let's go on this one too. There you go. Simple. Just pick up some ink, just like rub your brush on the ink pad, and then on a circular motion on top of the stencil. And you're gonna see that my hand is moving as I go down, so I don't, if I do this, like that, I'm gonna deposit a lot of ink. It's gonna leave like a stamp. So, but if I'm moving, I am not gonna create that. You're gonna see the difference. If I go my hands moving, the ink doesn't like, create that blob. So there's a difference. That's why your hands moving as you go down. There we go. Simple as that. This makes it super simple, and having a sticky mat, it helps too. I gotta say it. So easy as that. Like I said, not a lot of color, just a hint of color. So you don't need much and just a light hand. I'm gonna go like starting my impression like right at the center or at the base of the florals, just because I want the color to accent a little bit there more, but nothing like very heavy. So the other thing is, if you have the washi tape, then they like, these florals come in like fuchsias and pinks and purples and lilacs, and there's a little hint of blue. So if you got this and you connect and create box, and like, this is great to personalize to your projects. Or if you're like thinking about, oh, maybe I get the washi tape, which works great. It works for a lot of seasons and a lot of reasons. But having the stamp and the stencil and the die is such a great thing because like you can personalize it to fit your project. So simple as that. I have my first layer. I'm gonna put this away. You're gonna see. Okay, so it's very super light application. Okay, so we go stencil number 2. It's just gonna add color to the other florals and a little bit more of definition. So we're gonna set it in place, very simple. And I'm gonna go this time with a little bit of cherry blossom. Still in the pinks, a little bit more towards, like I'm gonna say like a happy marriage between pink and coral. So I have my brush for that. I'm gonna go with a little bit of cherry blossom. I still want to keep it soft, but a little bit deeper. So this second stencil is gonna color the extra flowers in your bouquet and also help you add definition to the other ones. And again, very super light hand. Okay, can see. So how's the weather around you guys? Like I said, here in Toronto, it's iffy. Like it is spring. Some days it's like 15 degrees. We're on Celsius, okay, here, which is I don't know what the equivalent is on Fahrenheit, but it's nice. But like we have wind chill and we have like what was the lady in the news saying today? We have like the chance of frost this weekend. So you know how people like already started gardening? Here in Canada, we usually don't start gardening until after the May 2-4 weekend, which is um like the first kind of official, sorry, it moved. The official day, like the beginning of the summer, but we usually don't like, plant anything until that day because we go through a lot of frost advisory. So I know, like, for example, my father-in-law, he is having a hard time with weeds that are popping up, but I know they're gonna be like, they die with the frost, but then they get reborn. So, it's not he's not happy about those things. So that's one of the reasons I live in an apartment. Here you go, guys. That's one of the reasons when we got married with my husband, I was like, nope, you know, I was like, because we used to live with my father-in-law. It's my husband's house. And I was like, nope, I can't do snow. I have kids that are gonna be running up and down. I don't want to be like, stairs. So here we go. See, very soft, little tiny definition. So now we go stencil 3, and that's gonna create like a little bit extra definition for the flowers you just color. So we're just gonna set it in place and almost put it away. I'm gonna go with peony for this. Let me here so you can see the color combos that I use. So lightly, and they go super fast. So it's like, it didn't take long to color this. Here we go. Okay, now we're gonna go to stencil number 4, and that creates the centers. For that, I use bay leaf for all of my flowers. So let me just take my brush. See, it is sunny here. That's the whole thing. It's like sunny here, but it's like, cold. And then of course, like, my husband decides, I'm sure he's watching this. I love you, husband. To leave to work at 5:15 in the morning. And, of course I wake up to send lunch. And then my mother leaves around 4:45 in the morning. It's cold. Like I turn on the, like, the TV just to make sure that, the weather and stuff like that. And it's like, it was 0 degrees this morning. And then when I took out the dog at 7, it was like 4 degrees. But right now it's like 15. But you have that chill in the air. I don't know how you explain it. It's just not pleasant yet. But then again, all our like, florals are like popping out, like all the cherry blossoms, they're like in full bloom right now. And again, the frost, by tomorrow, they'll be all dead. So it's like a 1-day thing here. Here we go, the centers. Let's move this. Okay, let me just, we're gonna finish. Okay, so let's clean this up. So you see my flowers, I'm gonna get a close up for you guys. Now stencil 5, we'll do your leaves. Okay, here, and for that I use metal for all my leaves. I'm gonna go. Again, I went like heavy at like, the base of the leaf and then light as you like, just light pressure. So even if it goes like, there's like a tiny little hint of green at the end, that's okay. There we go. So simple as that. I'm trying to read the weather. Washington. Yeah, like, it's the weather, like, and like, no offense, guys, it's like kind of scary sometimes because like we had no real winter. Like compared to other years in Canada, like, I mean, I'm in Canada. Usually it's like cold, but we had very little snow. Like, but then April, we had like literally 3 days that it rained non-stop. Like, it rained and it rained and it rained. So you know what, like you watch like TV and at the end of the month they're like, oh, how much snow accumulation and how much rain accumulation. The lady said, like the meteorologist said that we had so much rain in April to make up for the snow that we didn't have in February. So that tells you how much, we had of rain, but we barely any snow. And then that scares us because like, I mean, it's nice because you can go out and everything, but then you don't know, like the weather's changing like drastically, and my husband is all against like, weather and, all this idea of the earth is heating, but I'm like, I have a scientific, like I'm a chemical engineer by like, that's my profession. That's what I graduated. So I kind of took a lot of environmental classes and thermodynamics and all that stuff in university. So I know that it is happening scientifically. It is happening, but he's so against it and but it is happening and let's just hope and pray nothing like we have no major catastrophes this year. That's all I have to say. So there we go. We have meadow and that covers all your leaves. See, super soft. And then the last one here, it's going to be the one that gives you the extra detail on your leaves and also color some of the back leaves. So you want to go with like an ink that's a little bit darker. So I'm going to use evergreen for this. I'm just trying to line this up. There we go. Can I say that I love the sticky mats for this? I don't have to pull a washi tape and I don't have to hold it as much. So if you can get a hold of one, go at it, guys. I recommend it. I'm sure that if you have one and used it, then you know the difference. Okay. So here we go, evergreen. There we go. So I'm gonna go a little bit, again, lightly. The ink itself is darker, so it's going to like, add that pop of color. So you don't have to add the extra pressure unless you want it like, to go deep in color. So that's completely up to you. So here we go. We're almost finished. And then I am gonna die cut it. I have all the stuff here on the side for that. Once we have this, then we can start on like, assembling stuff. So here we go. We're almost finished. There we go. So there you go. I'm gonna show you one more time my color palette. I hope you can see it. Yeah, there you go. Always try to get, yeah, if you can afford to get the matching set, get them. Like honestly, one of the best, if you're like, I think we had this conversation before. If you haven't been here before, like I said, where have you been? Just a joke, don't, but like, especially when you're dealing with washi tape, I know a few people, like when we did the Create and Connect, and I gotta be honest, I was surprised that a few of the members of the group had never used like the washi tape for a layout. And that's okay. There's always that first time. But the washi tape, if you're a car maker, it's amazing. Because I mean, it gives you so many florals, you can do a lot of cars, and stuff like that. But if you are like a scrapbooker or a memory keeper, whatever way you want to call it, then it gives you like one sheet of like, of the stamp. It's going to give you enough possibilities to fill up your page. You won't need that many. And you know that when like you create in like a scrapbook layout, you need to create clusters. It is so easy to just stamp the image. I'm going to put this away. Sorry, guys. To stamp the image and color it and customize it to like, what you want. So let me just pull this out. And things like this, like, having this mat, like I said, I'm not promoting it because, I have one. I have a few actually. Um, they do help, even though like, people might say, oh, you don't need it. Then if you don't have this, then use like, if you are a scrapbooker and you have those all mats, from like Silhouette, you can use that. Don't throw them away. Use them as your sticky mat. That's what I use. That's what I do. I used to. Now I have this, so I don't anymore. So let me just clean stuff as I go. So connect it to after. So you're gonna see. I see the colors. They're super soft. And I'm gonna die cut it now. So forgive me if the table starts shaking again. And then the beauty again, like, is the die comes all at once in one piece. So you don't have to be like, before, like when you get a die, you like little pieces, then you start going one by one and a lot of washi tape. And like, you kind of start going, oh, this one is all in one piece. So all you do is just match it. Okay. It all cuts at once. So we set it in place. Takes a lot of the guessing work. See, already moved here, and I'm not even washi tape right now. I'm just gonna cut it all at once. My poor machine is getting like, I'm a huge fan of the washi. Oh, call you a collector. Oh, I know. I know. We all collect things. Trust me. Somebody the other day asked me, what are you gonna do when, like, for the time that scrapbooking with Fringe Studio is not going to be available? Like, you know what? I'll store enough goodies to last me for a couple years. But I told him just for a second enough, and I did. I said it will last for a while. And then my husband in the background goes, "Will last your lifetime." So I have that many. So. So here we go. See, I have enough floors, and this is just 3 panels. So I told you how many floors you can create. I think it's 3.5. Okay, so it gives you an idea of how many floors you can create in one single pad. So like I said, if you can afford it, get the stamp. The washi tape is great, but get the stamp, get the stencil, get the dies, because you can do a lot more. Okay, the only the only beauty of the washi tape is that the work it's done for you, so you don't have to do any of that. When I don't order, I'm trying to read the stuff. Oh, I know. Let me just put away stuff that I don't need. The stencil will be cleaned after. The stuff that I don't need. Okay, so we have our florals. Let's work on our fringe. Okay, there we go. That's all. One more time. You see, just so you see what it looks like. So let me put this together. How are we doing on time? Oh, we have 45 minutes to finish. So let's pull the strips of paper. And you're gonna see why I went with this color. And you're gonna see that I have some papers that have a little pattern, and I'm going with papers that have like not that much pattern, so that it doesn't clash that much. And I'm even adding yellow. So you're gonna see if I set this out of the camera, yeah. See, if I set this, it doesn't take away from the background, but still adds a little bit of pop of color. And like, let's just pick a picture here. See, it works all nicely. So, if you have a color picture, okay, and you want to go like, do this, I'm going to say, to be honest with you, stay with the flowers black and white. So then you like, then everything like, coordinates nicely without like, everything popping out. But if you want to add colors to your flowers, then see in the picture what color is the one that you wanted to stand out, and then use that to bring it together. Okay, so just a little hint there. So now let's work on this. I'm just gonna kind of like, first thing we're gonna do is kind of get organized here, okay? So before we like, so you're gonna see, like I said, some of them have patterns, some of them don't. So let's just kind of line it up the way we want it to sit. So I know the green, you see this one, it pops a lot. So I need to put it beside something that is gonna calm it down. Okay, so pink, let's go like this. I like that. Okay, so if we put that there, then maybe we bring something that looks a little bit more. See how I'm going? You see the pattern here? You don't see that much pattern there. So we're trying to get like, the in between. You see maybe a little here. Looks good. And I want to like kind of bring some of the yellow there. So slowly building this up. I'm gonna go with the green. This is like the white stripe. Maybe some blue here, like that. And it's like really soft there. And then we're gonna cap it off with this. So I think that's the way I want it to go on my heart. So imagine this. Okay, not at the bottom, but the one side. Now it's a matter of deciding, do I want to do this side, the right, or the left? So let's just, go in one single picture, see which one we're going to use.
Dublin Shapiro and similar artists on Amazon Music.
Sorry, my Alexa. Alexa, stop. Sorry, guys. Alexa's coming to life without me asking her to do anything. Okay, so I think I want to use that. Like I said, it's Mother's Day, so I'm thinking this will be nice. Let me see. Or I can go with my wedding picture too. One of them. Oh no, it's between these two. Even though I can do my mom's. No, it's too big. So I want something a little bit smaller. So it's gonna be between those two. See, let's just decide. Okay, bueno. So here, remember, like I said, save the negative piece. And as I say that, I don't know where I put it. Okay, I put it over here. Okay, so cut it in half. You can cut it. I am not going to cut it. All I'm going to do is I'm gonna washi tape it. Okay. You can cut it in half. Remember, I'm using just copy paper. It's a little bit heavier than regular copy paper, but you can use cardstock or anything. I'm just gonna use here. Okay, remember, I have my order. When you create your French, you got to start from the bottom up. You can't start from the top to the bottom. You got to go from the bottom up because the little part that's going to sit flat on your page is at the top. So this is probably going to go here. So move this to the side. Use like a straight line as the guideline. Here, and there we go. You are going to need tape for this. Tape or glue or something like that. So we're going to start with the pink. I'm going to use glue for this. So I'm going to add my glue to this side here, to the straight part, not the fringe part of the back of the paper. And I'm going to start there. Okay. Use the line of the fold as like, your guide for this. And then add the glue all the way to the edge of the paper. Don't glue it to the fringe, only to the part up here. Okay, so I'm going to show you again. See, I'm not gluing the fringe, I am just gluing the little part over here at the top. Okay, make sure that it's straight. Like, some mat or something, a ruler will help you to make sure your paper strips are straight. Okay, so here we go. One. Like I said, we're gonna use two of this. So I have the other one here. Okay. Again, you're gonna add your glue right on the line here. Okay. You're gonna overlap it a bit. So let's say a little bit lower. Try to keep this kind of straight. Okay, here we go. Bring it up. Add glue. I am going to add glue around this edge. The edge that curves here, that is where I'm gonna add glue though. Okay. And here's where it is gonna take us time. Let it dry for 2 seconds, pick it up, and we're gonna start trimming. The key of this is you're gonna start trimming as you go along. Okay. Extras to the side. Let's do a little bit of cleanup. Okay, and then lightly lift it up. I might even add a third one because it just disappeared of this. So let's see. Another one. It's gonna cut it here, straight at the edge. And I'm gonna go right here. Glue straight here, glue straight here. And I'm gonna just move it down here. There we go. Just gonna make sure that it's straight. I have my grid paper here. Well, not the grid, the grid of the mat. Gonna help me with that. Okay, press. So this is the part that's gonna be time consuming just to work this out. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna trim the excess. Okay, clean up. Okay, so you're gonna see. Slowly you're bringing your fringe hard. So the next one is this floral paper. And that's actually the B side of this. Trying to read what you guys laughing about. Customer call center. Oh my God. There you go. Okay, set up here the line, set it straight, clean this up. Here we go. And this is the part that's gonna take you the longest to set this up. Okay. Here. So it's not that I'm going quiet, I'm just, making sure I don't mess it up. Next one, right on top of that one. Here we're gonna go to 2, just the bottom, because I want to accent that little part there. So leave it there. Let's go into this one. This one I'm gonna be careful because you're gonna see the lines are not completely straight at the top. So I'm going to, where did I put the little lid of my thingy? Oh, here it is. Let's close this. Let's trim this up. So I have leftover like pieces of paper. This is like a great design for you guys. Here we go. The extras on the side. Clean up. And let's go with this. So I'm gonna put it in place. Now this one, the top is not fully straight, but the bottom is. So I'm gonna guide it by myself. I'm gonna guide my strips by the bottom fringe. So just there. Okay, so when it, yep. Here we go, one. Then the next one. Okay, so move this down a little bit because then it helps me. There we go. Bottom line. Oh, move it there. There we go. Press there. Add the extra glue because you're gonna need it. Okay, so we're gonna press there and we're gonna trim it. See, oh my God, taking off. Okay, there we go. Here's where you gotta be careful. You might want to add a little drop of glue here on top of like the paper strips before you at the corners. So when you cut it, like nothing pops off. So just, you're gonna see, add a little bit of glue there. I'm gonna trim the excess. Okay, so here we go. 2 more. Garbage, let's clean up. There we go. So let's keep going. So now we're gonna go into this yellow. Again, let's keep it straight here. Okay, here too. There we go. The edge to the edge, more or less. The next one, I'm going to overlap the glue again on top of the previous strip. I'm going to have an inch. There we go. Press, press, press. There we go. So we're just going to continue doing this. And I lost the little lid of my little thingy. If you see it, let me know. Oh, good Lord. Sorry, guys. I'm going to look like a crazy woman right now. But do you see the little cap? Did it fall off? I don't know where it went. Is it loose? So it's gonna take me 1 second to find it in the weirdest places. But if you see it, like just, just shout it up there that you seen the little, pin that goes at the top, because I don't see it. Where did I put it? See, this is the issue with this. Oh my God. Okay, well, it's somewhere in the house. So, let's keep at it. So if you see it, I'm trying to read the comments because I think you probably see it that I don't see it, but okay. Keep at it. Let's clean up. I'm sure it's here. And I'm sure, like, the other day I totally forgot about it. And I was like, working on this, on something else. And then as I'm putting stuff away, I'm like, I realized that I had like, left it open the glue and I had like this, my pin didn't go in. It took me like half an hour. I had to do like some magic to get it inside. Do I want to put this one here or was it the blue? See, I moved stuff and I don't remember where it goes next. I think I want to go with this. It brings up the yellow. Get the line straight there. This is like guesstimation. Like seriously, I'm like, my eyes are roaming through my table. If you see it, it's under the ruler. No, it's not. But thank you. I thought so too. I don't know where it went. And the other pin, like, the original, and this is my second pin. Don't ask me, guys. I'm like, it's not that I do it on purpose. It's just, it happens. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that it's happened to. So this is like my second or third pin because the other one, by accident, I dropped the bottle while it was open and it folded and it bent and Chaos 101. Here we go. It will show up. I'm just gonna keep playing with the bottle until I'm like, just trying to make sure that it's okay. So here we go. I don't even know where it went. Like seriously, I'm like, you guys would, if you guys could see me, you will see my eyes are going everywhere but where I'm gluing. Yeah. I don't know where it went. Oh God. But so you see what it's starting to look like. Okay. So let's clean up. Maybe when I did that, I dropped it. Mm, I don't. Let's keep working on it. It is somewhere in the D'Souza household, so we're gonna go with the blue here. Let's see. Blue, green, pink. Yeah. Let's go with the blue here. Got it. See, my mind is thinking about it. I just went back to my phone. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm just straighten my little things. Here's where you gotta be careful. Just gonna kind of pull it, a little bit. So the curve just goes a little bit straight because the paper is going to tend to curve because of how you die for this part, I think, than actually you glue runner. The next one here and here. And the part here is the one that you have to be careful. That's the one that is a little bit harder to put together. Okay. Like, seriously, guys, I'm like, my eyes are like roaming my table. And where did I put it? Do you know, like, does barely art, because that's the glue that I'm gluing, that I'm using. That I'm using. Do they sell the pins by like more than one? Because I bought it before, but only one. So do they sell them like in sets of 10 or something like that? Do you know? Does anybody know? Here we go. Farbase. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to find it. If you see my head, And the shot is because I'm looking for it. So I'm gonna go with blue if this, it's not blue, it's like a stripe. And I'm getting to the part where I have to be careful. Okay. I don't know what we want. Magical. Make sure that it's straight-ish. Press. Add glue here. Press. Okay, next strip. There we go. Here we go. My another good. Yeah, I bought it from Amazon. Like I said, the first one I dropped it. The bottle wasn't fully closed, and I dropped the bottle and it bent. So I had to order another thingy. But it only came one. So I'm hoping, I don't know if you guys knew that, do they sell them in like sets of more than one? Because at the rate that I'm going, it'd be nice to have a backup. Because like today it's gonna be, how would I close this up tonight if I don't find it? Because Amazon is not gonna make it here until tomorrow. Help a friend. So what size pin fits here, if that makes sense? Because the ones that my mom uses for seamstress thingy, they don't fit. So I have tried that. That tells you that I have done it before. She bought a few on Amazon. I gotta see if they sell more than one. Because last time they only sold one. So here's, like I said, you gotta be careful because you start the curvature of the heart. So just be mindful of that part. You're gonna need extra glue in that part. I'm hoping I'm like semi-straight. Okay, here we go. Again. Here we go again. Rest. Okay. Let's see, this part here is the one that, okay. So this is gonna be like glue, trim, as you go along. And you're gonna see here is where you gotta be careful. You see how the little pieces come off? Like don't get don't get worried. We're gonna camouflage some of this. So just be mindful of that. Okay, you were gonna be missing some pieces. I will camouflage it. It's happened before. It's happened to me before, so that's how I know. That's what I say. You're gonna need extra glue up here. Here, go back and add like extra glue here to the side so your fringe stays in place. Yeah, I probably like I said, I bought before from Burley Arts extra but I only got one. I'm just wondering if they make it in sets of like 10 or at least 3. Because at this rate, I think that I'm gonna need more than one. Not the first time. So I'm just adding the extra glue there. Let it dry for a little bit. You're gonna see I'm gonna follow the edge here and follow the edge here. Yeah. Go. We're gonna add the next one. Press. Here's when you're gonna have to press. And then the pieces that you have left over, they're gonna have to come into play just to make up the rest of the space. And I'm just looking for the pin as I'm getting closer to the end of the heart, and I'm gonna need it. So. Let's see, pieces moving already. Here we go. See, even though I added glue, some of it is came off, so that's okay. That's why you want to layer the same tone on top of each other, at least 2 or 3 layers, so that you can camouflage it. Don't go with just one paper strip, go with at least 2. That way when you glue it together, it camouflages. So now we have we used all the colors. Now we need to make up this space. So the pieces that were left over, try to find something that is like on the simplest tone. So I like this. Bring some of the pink from the bottom. So if not, I just like cut more pieces. I have more of this. So let's see. Add the glue up here on the fringe. Add it on the fringe. And press. Press on the fringe right now. And then we're gonna do the other one too. Might as well secure it. And I have the piece here. It's the opposite side, but it will do. I'm just trying to. There we go. So it's gonna press there. Maybe brush up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like, if my dog cries in the next 5 minutes because he stepped on it, then I know where it is. But it's okay. It's not like, I'm not dying, like, it's just, when those things happen to you, you know that it's somewhere in your apartment or, in your house, but when you need it, it's not where you need it. And if you have been to any of my live sessions, you have seen how things have magically disappeared on my table. So it's not something that is new. I'm just gonna see if I can, like, put something in there. I'm hoping the lead of my pencil fits in there for now. Voila! In life, there's a solution to everything but death. So let's trim this. Final cut. Okay, there we go. Let's clean this up. There'll be someone here. Not stressing out. Okay, so we have half our heart. See? Yeah, I have a magnet. Yeah, but not right now. But I do have a magnet. Thank you. You're so smart. Oh, don't ask me where it was because you guys are gonna laugh. I was stepping on it. So there you go. See, I can even use another strip up here. Just trying to see if I go back to this because I think, no, let's not push it, Natalie. See, but I have my half a heart. Okay. So now remember how I said save your scraps. Okay, so now we get to decide, do we do this out of cardstock or do we do this out of pattern paper? My choice, I have cardstock here, so I know this is going to be my background. I can go white or I can go with, which is the paper that I was eyeballing? Here. And I want to go with something really simple, okay? One of the things you have to consider is you want to go simple for your background. So I was thinking I do either this, like, keep the background white, and then the other half of this pattern paper, or, you know what? I have an idea. Yeah, so we're gonna cut the other half. This is gonna be part of our background. We're gonna create a frame. With this, something that has a little bit more color. Let me take a look here. I like this. No. What is this? I'm just trying to find a paper that I haven't killed. That's one. Here. I like that. Okay, so that's gonna sit there. We're gonna trim this. This is gonna be our frame. I am going to cut this one out of white cardstock. Okay, so I have white cardstock here. So I'm gonna take this. You're gonna see what I'm gonna overcut it by a bit. So I'm using the template, but I'm gonna move it maybe half an inch. Okay. I was thinking about pink, but then I realized that, okay, so let me show you why I'm changing my opinion. Okay. You see this? Imagine this is my heart. So just so it gives you a better idea. Okay. If I do it white, then I have my picture. My picture is gonna pop anyway. But then you have to remember, I have florals. Okay? And I want my florals to go here. If I make this pink, my florals are gonna disappear. Okay? So instead of like keeping it like simple white, then I'm gonna have everything like kind of pop. And remember how, like I said, here it kind of looks a little bit, we're gonna camouflage it with flowers. So already know, one is gonna go here, another's gonna be here, and another's gonna be up here. So you have your zigzag, okay? Title, a few more embellishments. You're not gonna need much, okay? But you see where I'm going with white? What I'm going to do is I'm gonna glue it onto white, and then I'm gonna create a frame. I pulled this one here, but I think you're gonna go with something that's gonna give you a little bit extra more color. So let me show you how I'm gonna do the heart. Because I'm looking at the time, I have 20 minutes and I think I can finish. I am going to finish. No, I think I am going to finish. So like I said, take your heart, like cut it, give it around a quarter of an inch or like a half an inch. Don't throw away your template. Do I have more lead here? After I use it as an emergency pin. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so I'm just cutting, just drawing the pencil line. Ooh. Okay. Use your scissors. We're kind of like straight here. Gonna see. A little bit straight and then cut along the line. Just you're gonna leave yourself like a little like a little piece extra when you do your heart so that that glues to the back of the French heart that you created. Okay, so keep that in mind. I didn't draw this part that well, so I'm gonna have to go back, and that's the part that. So it's not gonna look electrical, as you can tell, but it is gonna be a heart. So there we go. Sorry, trying. Okay, so when you get to this part here, you can go like that. Don't worry. So let's move the extra cardstock to the side. Here, okay? It's gonna fit right there. So bring back your template. So this is how you're gonna do it. Get back your template. Set this in place here, okay? Put it underneath, okay? Lightly, like just draw like this, lightly. Okay? So now, use your template to guide you on this. Okay? There you go. Okay? So go ahead. And you're gonna add glue here to that little flap that you left. Like I said, leave around a half an inch at least. Okay? This part is heavy, so keep that in mind. Okay? Just make sure that it's not like, super crooked. And here we go. Okay, so we're gonna just add a little bit of pressure there. Shoot, shoot. So you're gonna see my phone come into place. I'm just gonna leave it there to add pressure. Don't look at the stuff that is there. Okay, set that aside. Let's build our background. I'm gonna cut this to 11 by 11. Let's cut the branding board first. Just leave it outside, Gabby. Sorry, I'm still my daughter. Something. Okay. So we're gonna turn the 12 into 11 by 11. Okay. Because I think it needs a frame. So 11 by 11. Of course, I decided to move my little thingy here. And I'm using, what is this? White cardstock from Basel for my background. I think it's white. Let me tell you exactly what color it is. Yeah, white. So this is 12, am I right? This is 11, because I just, yeah, but we're gonna do back this to 11-ish. There we go. Okay, here we go. Trying to read this. Okay, there we go. Right on the center, you see? right on the center. It needs a frame because I use this on white. We're gonna get something that is gonna give us like a frame. So before we even go any further, let's work on that. So let's audition some papers. I like that. No, too many florals, not enough paper. We need something that's gonna create a little bit of contrast. So let's see. Too much yellow for my taste. If it's you're not enough paper, not enough paper, not enough paper. You see, like I said, I've been using it. I kind of like that. Why do I like that, guy? See that? I kind of like that better. The pink. Okay, let's see what else we have. I'm gonna tell you that I like this because it actually truly frames it. Like the contrast of color is nope, 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 nope. We got a winner. There we go. That was easy. And the name of the paper is Special Day. So I'm going to trim a 1 inch out of this. So let's start by taking out the paper strip out of here. And I'm going to tell you this is the last paper that I have because I use the Spanish version for something else. And I have to buy a new collection. So I'm going to cut a 1 inch frame out of this. So I'm going to use this one for that. You can use your X-Acto knife if you want to. I don't want to waste the rest of the paper because, like I said, this is the last bit that I have of the paper. And as it looks, I'm going to have to order another collection. So there it goes. And I don't go all the way, so then I can easily use, set my page on place. So. Okay, so add it. This. I'm like, just going through the motions right now of putting this together. So it's not that I'm ignoring you. Just want to make sure that you guys can see the finished product. Okay, there we go. So here we go. We're going to set this in place. Our ruler is going to come into play because it needs it. Okay, so make sure that it's like nice and straight. Perfect. There we go. So now we take it to the back and gently we break those corners. And you see here, I left some tape there. I'm going to show you how I'm going to help myself so it doesn't glue onto anything else. Washi tape is your best friend. Okay, so I'm covering the extra tape. There you go. Okay, so you see, nice contrast. Let's go with our heart. Okay, guys, that's pretty. I do have to say so myself. Okay, so now let's see what I like my kids. That wouldn't sound good, but I do like them. Okay, so one thing I have to do is clean up the edges of the paper because remember I used the pencil to create a line. Okay, so here we go. I just see the pencil line here. Clean, clean, clean. Okay, so it's gonna sit there. I haven't glued it yet, okay? So, because like I said, haven't decided. I can go with this, and I like the fact that it's substantial enough to balance it, but I'm kind of liking this. You know why? Because it kind of fits inside of the heart, okay? Or I can go with my two winners, like I call them, and they know it. See, I like the fact that it fits within the heart. So I think I'm gonna go with, let's make my anniversary picture. I was so young and like my uncle say, and stupid, you know. Every time I say, oh, it's gonna be my anniversary, he goes, you were so young and stupid when you got married. But don't get offended, that's just, again, that's my family for you guys. you know. And these are my uncles, 65-year-old people and over. See, I like that. The fact that it fits within the heart. One of the things is you got to keep in mind is the edge here, even though we try to keep it as clean as we can, it's not going to be perfect. So camouflage is going to be here. Okay, you see how it fits inside the heart? I'm liking that. This needs something that is going to prop it up. So use those tags that come in the kit. I have the Spanish one here, so I'm going to pull this one here. Let's see. I want something that's going to contrast, and I think this is going to bring the background. I'm just going to do the tag. I think I want it right here. Just a little bit of like pop, not a lot. Okay. Remember my heart, I haven't glued my heart yet. Okay, so there we go. I like that a little bit, like, just to help push up the image a bit there. So this is going to get glued together. He moved. It's not a good thing. Just a little frame like that. Okay, there we go. See, I like the camouflage there. Okay, so now let's see here. Let's glue the heart so we know how to move it. You're gonna add your glue. Don't add it to the edges, add it to the center. Okay, because remember, you're gonna tack your flowers. You're gonna need quite a bit of tape. Okay, so now to make sure that your heart is center, you start here and it has to be finished. So the center has to be around there. Move it a little bit higher, Natalie. So it's gonna be higher. There you go. Okay, so we have our picture. Why is my picture not gluing to? Oh, I see why. So that was our thank you card in black and white. So we're gonna prop this up with a little bit of the magic of foam tape. Okay. Remember, you have quite a bit of paper here, so you're gonna need some to balance up your picture. So I know some of you are going, no, but I'm gonna tell you, yes, because you need to balance this out. See, once I put that there, it goes at the same level. Okay, now you can, like, after you're gonna see me do that outside of the camera a little bit. Okay. So let's get the picture in place, and then we're gonna add the title, and a few embellishments, and we're pretty much done. So I might be like 5 minutes extra, but no more than that. Yep. Overlap it a tiny little bit here. I want to make sure that I don't go higher than the little divot here. So that it's straight, because okay. So there we go. Heart. So now flowers. Remember how we like not too fan of this edge here? Florals. This one here that hugs your little thing, your little heart. This is the one you're gonna put here. So it's gonna hug your heart a little bit. No, this one or this one. You want something that is going to hug that little curvature. Let me see that, or this one. I kind of like, it's too much, I think. I put it from at the bottom, and I just see how I'm lifting up the leaf. So, oh, I like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to add, let's see, need something else to be added here. We put something else there. Okay. So here we go. We're going to add the other one. Again, I'm not gluing this because I'm not defined by it yet. I kind of like this better, something that it kind of hugs it. So I'm gonna kind of move this a little bit here. I like these ones that create quite a bit of movement. So I'm gonna kind of move it. I want to kind of follow that curvature, adding a little bit of movement. So you're gonna see that I'm gonna play with some images. I like that. So that's gonna be the top. And then I'm going to bring just those little berries over here, just to kind of continue that. See how I'm kind of follow that curvature, create my heart with this, but this one is not working. So I have the one that has two hearts. Let's see if this one will work. There we go. So you see, I'm just kind of following, creating like, the curvature there. So I like that. So the other one is going to be here. And then for that one, we're going to take a big one. Okay, so just put it there, kind of hook onto the picture. I don't want to cover much of the picture, especially this area, because like I said, that was the beauty of it, but I don't want to overtake the heart. Okay, so I am going to be smart and put some underneath the picture, but then I'm going to bring this one. You're gonna see that the stamping didn't go the greatest. I'm gonna tuck it underneath the heart so that I can create, so I can bring the image of the heart forward. Okay, so it's just a matter of playing with your die cuts. So here, let's move this one a little bit here. We're going to move this one a little bit here. So I'm just gonna play with my die cuts a little bit until I get it helps me to create the formation of the heart. So, the heart formation. Did I say did I say something crazy? Okay, this one doesn't go there, but I think I have to do this. Wait. This one. Use the little leaves that it has to tuck in and out, but you're gonna have to lift up a little bit here. Yeah. See, that helps you create that curvature there. You need something else up there, but for now we're going. And then the other one is gonna be down here. Okay. I'm looking at this, it might be a little bit too much. Okay, so here's what don't be afraid to trim things. Okay. I think if I do this, it goes deeper and it's not sticking out as much. Yes, let's see. Yeah, that's much better. Here, let's see. Trying to create that shape. Just because I can see it, I like that better. Okay. And I need something down here. So let's go with, see this one that has the simple flower. I'm gonna tuck this underneath a bit. Let's get one that has that little pinkish. This is pink, this is like peachy. Lift this up. I am not gonna add foam adhesive right now. I'll add it after the live is over. So I don't take longer than. I think I just need that one there. Maybe this one here. Let's see. I kind of like that, like kind of that movement there. But let me just play with this a bit. No, I don't like this. Let's move this, put this one here. Because I don't want to lose this little corner here because that completes your heart, but it needs something else here. So I'm just gonna play with a few. I need something that creates that movement. So I'm just trying to see. I like this one here. I like the one kind of underneath, the one on top, and this one here. I like that. Let me see. I just need to make sure that it's balanced because right now this looks really heavy compared to this. So yeah, this looks really heavy. So let's just play with this a bit more. Just gonna have to lower it a bit. Instead of hooking on the thing, I'm just gonna lower it a bit. Yeah. And if you can see it, this is really heavy up here, so I need to lower it a bit more. So it kind of, and then move it onto this side. I'm just looking at, that's the beauty of the camera. See, I like that better. Or maybe this way like this. No, this is gonna be here. That is gonna stay there. Then I'm gonna get the little one, kind of, I know it needs leaves. To help me with the movement, I need leaves. Much bigger. Okay, remove this out. And I think I need to add something here. I like that. Okay, foam adhesive will come after, but the flowers are not gonna move. They're gonna stay as that. Okay, so because I have like kind of this movement here, I had to repeat it up here. That's why I added one there. But see, I need to separate this. So I have my like my base here. Okay, my title is gonna be right here somehow. Okay, so let me just, we're gonna finish. I like you cherry today because it's black and white, and it's gonna sit right there. Okay, so a little bit of foam adhesive. Yeah, we're almost finished. So like I said, it's not gonna be much. It's gonna go right here. We continue on the camouflage section. Not all the way to the bottom because you wanna see this part of the heart. Okay. So I'm gonna add a few more things, and then we are going to this happy day. I am thinking that I want to add it up here. Let me see somehow. Let me see. Nope. I have here. I'm reading right now. Congratulations, Cassandra Graham. You are the winner of today's gift certificate to the shop. Make sure you email Leah at pinkfreshstudio.com. Give her a few days to answer back because she's quite busy. So just, be mindful of that. Thank you so much. So I'm going to add this here, a little heart. It needs something else up there. So let's go on the phrase papers. I just want something little. I don't want something like a lot, but I think I like that there. I need another one down there. Somehow we're going to create another one, which I think I have used. So I'm gonna careful, just like lightly lift it up. Let's leave that love you most there for now. I don't like this. I need something here. Actually, my lines of journal are going to be here, so I need something else up here. The best day. I know it says when spent together, but I want to just, the best day are together. That's all I wanted to show. So that's going to sit right there. Perfect. It is going to need something here. So I'm just trying to see. Happy memories. Okay. Just trying to see what it is. Like I said, lines of journal, my titles here. I don't need that much more there. And just to finish, you're going to need enamel dots or something that is, it needs bling. Okay. I know it sounds bad, but it does. So I'm actually going to use the jewels. I know that they come in different, like, packages. I have have them all in here. And I'm going to go with some pinks, and I'm going to add it around here. So just so you see. Of course, I'm not going on the shiny side, but I'm going to stick with the pinks and the peaches for this. Okay. So just so you see it. Be here, I'm going to try to follow the heart, the motion of the heart. Is always the shape. My God, what? Okay. So just so you see it, and right here, pull in some peaches. I don't know, they have name, but here. And you're gonna go with 3. Always think of 3. Okay, so magical number. So kind of follow this. Not like to a T, but like, you wanna give that the look of the heart. So you wanna graduate from small to little. Small, big to little, sorry, small to little. Okay, so here, this one's stuck here. Let's go here. Okay, and we need, or with the deeper pink if you want to. What would you call this? I don't know. There's names for this. Sorry, Heather, I don't know the names of this. This is gonna need some foam adhesive after. I'm just trying to finish so you see it. And this will be glue after the, like, be glued down after the live session. And this one here, probably put it around here. There we go. Okay. I might add a few extra, but pretty much that's the way it's gonna look like. Like I said, lines of journal will probably be here or here, but I don't need any more than that. Okay. Let me see if I can read comments now. Okay, but you see how, like, just keep in mind, don't worry about the center. You can camouflage it, but try to keep this part and this part empty. So here I might actually move a few more enamel dots just to create here. I might, actually not might, I am going to. It's like give it a little bit of a height. I might add a little piece of like cardstock underneath here just to lift up the heart a bit here. But that's about, so it doesn't get lost on the background. So maybe some foam adhesive. I'm going to show you because if I don't do it, I'm going to forget. See a little piece of foam adhesive. I'm just going to lightly lift this up. You need that just to sell the shape. And that's about it. Thank you guys for, I'm gonna flip the camera. Woo. There we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I like how this turned out actually. Like I said, the idea was in my brain. It actually looks a lot like what I have in mind. So thank you so much for joining me. As always, you can check everything that I use in the shop. Thank you, Heather, for helping us. Don't forget that you can subscribe to the hot foil event, so you still interested? Yeah, I think it's still available. So make sure you check that out. And as always, thank you so much, Heather, for helping out. And thank you all for joining me. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. And I'll see you guys in another month or so. Okay. So take care, guys.